Here's where we get the photograph. NASA's photograph of Artemis 2 mission. The Artemis 2, the Orion spacecraft they flew there, has returned and they splashed down last night. Quite ironic that the spacecraft, the Artemis 2 mission, Artemis 2 is the mission. The spacecraft that they flew on was called Orion, which we know the Orion star system and the Orion's nebula with the black star. On the Minister. Street exchanger on the Minister. Everything. Everywhere. This is the original of this one I used. This is the Orion one. So there it is right out. Overexposed moon for analysis. That's it right there. So see it right there. That's it right there. Same picture. All right. The same as this. This is the original. The original looks like that, something like that, just like that. Okay, this brought it out like that to bring it, just enhance it to bring out this there. The reason why it kind of looks like it's underneath the photograph because much of the moon's surface features are hidden through tone, contrast, big photo editing manipulation by NASA, and as well as the moon has structures and civilization just underneath it, but you really can't. It blends in, and it blends in like if you see it here, you seeing that there. This is basically underneath parts of the moon, and you got to open it here that is even more that it stays right inside of it. It's incredible how it's made. But, I mean, it's confusing, and it's astronauts that have went there have said, things that play tricks on the mind there. They've said things that play tricks on you. Looks one way, but it be another. And I've seen that occurring. Something similar like this. Okay, you can see what I'm talking about here. You see this here? All that there. This is the awesome civilization right here on this untouched up. That's a photograph. Untouched. It's clearly you can see everything there. This here is my man. That don't get more obvious, but you don't see it like sitting up on the surface. It's kind of like beneath it some degree. I guess. I know you can bring it out within photo editing, but if you tone it down, it look like a smooth silk road, dark. You won't see it, but this is obvious. That's how the moon is. And that's how they were able to hide so much shit from these photographs by just playing a little trick on them. But the moon is very much the civilization up there, and it's very much the civilization we talk about, the God. The only people are doing this is the black God. They black God. This is them. The Anunnaki. This them. This everywhere. You know, Earth is the only one. Earth is telling a bunch of people, the powers on Earth, the Europeans, they're telling a bunch of goddamn lies. This is what's happening. This is what's happening. We talking about God. We ain't talking about no extraterrestrials. These people are the gods. That's all there is to that. Street Exchanger. Don't forget to give us Street Exchanger cash out and everything. Now we're looking at part of the moon. The backside. Now this is mesmerizing. You see the gold part right there, those monumental structures. I mean, faces of black gods. I mean, this is not what I've been seeing throughout the solar system. Thinking that seeing the civilizations of all the planets and moons, but not realizing that these are the gods of this who we've been talking about is God. That's them. And then the white man talking about they extraterrestrials, they demons, they aliens, all this shit. But they don't want to admit that God is black, gave you life on this planet. Now they talk about all this other shit here, but looking at what you see there, you see structures, you see civilization. But these people are extraordinary, are super beings. They are black super beings, but they are human. You know what I'm saying? I mean, these people got to, you know, man, they didn't brainwash us on this planet and try to make everything religion. That's how motherfuckers manipulated. We get manipulated by fucking religion on this planet here, man. Instead of looking at this here from a scientific standpoint, astronomy standpoint, you know, that these, you know, God is these beings, man. See, I'm gonna screenshot this here, Brent. I like that. I like that structure, that gold structure. I like the faces on it. So you know, I can interpret that. I can make that. I think that's a story that needs to be told about how you see it, what it look like. But they really ain't never presented the backside this way. And all the photographs that I've had in hand, I don't remember seeing anything like this. With the photographs of it, you know, Apollo mission. You know, Alien Hunter, he gets a lot of photographs, but I'm not sure if the backside or not. You know, they talk about the Clementine mission went to the backside. Now that's where we get some of the photographs from the backside, the Clementine mission. The Clementine mission hit something on the backside and it came down. It aborted. You know, so the Clementine mission was an unmanned satellite that orbited the moon, was meant to take photographs, everything. It did, but it got aborted when it struck something and came down to the surface. That's the only, you know, from that story, we did a lot. We had got the decades, these conspiracy theories, you know, because it was easy for these people to try to hide the truth who God is. And God is this is a universal. Man, we universal elite. All the black people here on this planet, we universal elite. You understand me? That's who we are. We universal elite. We mega star, 5-star universal on everything. Based on the Anunnaki being the God. They just on that planet, on the moon. They go, look at that gold. That's black and gold on everything. Everything. I mean, it's serious business, man. The Nation of Islam had it down pat. The more scientific had it down pat. On the better. Street Exchanger. Back, yeah, this last segment right here. Now that's the part that one moon there. You know, that's the same. It's one of the Artemis 2 photographs they took of the dark side. Now you can tell that. Now I brought some in hand. I brought in hands this out here with this one. I mean, I would like for you when you see this, you know, screenshot. I'm gonna put it up on the Facebook. You look at how detailed this area of the moon is. Look at all the structures. I mean, you get a chance to screenshot it, or I'm gonna post it on my Facebook page, and I'm gonna have it where you can look at the, you know, you can just screenshot the picture and take a look at all of them close up like you want to, you know, because This one here, I just attempt to bring everything out that's there, man. But try to get it to look like as if I was right there on it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, check it out. Screenshot it. Take a look at it. Cause this, structure there, man. You got to honor your God. Honor God. You know, Black God on the minute, on the everything. Thumbprint photograph and this and looking at the photo moon in this way, taking a chance to look at this feature of it is really just below the surface. It's kind of blend in with that dark background of the surface, like a dry lake bed or something. That's what it's like. It's this section here, I'm putting. I'm done. I added a whole lot to this video, but because there's so much for you to see, man. It's a good thing that they went there. And I look at the fact that the brother Glover, what's the name? I think Earl Glover, something. I think the astronaut. I think they Earl Glover. No, David Glover. I think Earl Glover. I'm not sure. The brother Glover. Anyway, the astronaut. I believe that was by design. Because in the '60s it was so racist, much racism in this country. They wasn't never going to send. They wasn't going to send no black astronaut to the moon. And that's what they should have did. But they showed their racism. But by them having a black astronaut on the moon this time, going toward the moon, that landed. The black God understand what they're doing, and may give them some grace behind it. How you like this here? I want you to take a look. This is real deep. Now this is my hand. I brought all this out. All that's brought out on the minute. That's me. On me, I done that. I brought that. Street Changer. You are seeing what I'm trying to make. I'm coming to terms with myself. Is learning what I learned and taking what Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad spoke about and learning it from Dr. Wesley Muhammad and understanding that we're not seeing on this planet UFOs to the moon, the black, all around. We're not necessarily seeing beings from other planets and all that. We're seeing actually the God, the people we know as God. That's who we see. And they are black extraordinary beings. The Anunnaki. Looking at the gods. You're not looking at, ain't no grays, ain't no tall whites, ain't no reptilians. That's the racist ass shit that's to come up with to mislead people about this ufology. UFOlogy has to be revised because it's been used. It's been a deceptive misinformation program for decades that's brainwashed people, make people think God is actually a demon, and God make people believe God is actually an extraterrestrial alien, when he is actually a divine beings, series of divine beings who collectively are God.